My name's Jerry Marshall, and I'm here at New Wine, sitting on a toilet which is randomly planted on the upper floor of the marketplace, and it just seemed the right place to sit.
And then here I found this wonderful idea of twinning my toilet with somewhere in Africa.
And I think to go in like a big hole in the ground would be pretty awful. So you need your privacy in order to do what you need to do. So I think the toilet is a basic need.
When I first arrived at the airport in Juba, a friend and I needed the toilet, and when we saw the state of it, just the hole in the ground with the 2-foot holes with flies everywhere, and it was blocked up with when people had been before, so I realised that it was spreading a lot of disease to the people there, and yes, basic needs.
I was travelling in Kenya and I was desperate for a toilet. I had a bit of the runs. And I was stuck at a bus station in the blazing heat, and somebody pointed me to a toilet. But let's just say the colour of the walls matched the colour of the floor, and it wasn't the mud.
60% of rural diseases are caused by poor sanitation.
No, but I do remember in the Sudan seeing children just going at the side of the road, and their toilets were just 4 sticks with cloth put around them and a hole in the ground, so not very hygienic.
For every $1 spent on sanitation, at least $9 is saved on health, education and economic development.
And I have actually had the experience of using a latrine in the ground in a little bit in Africa, and that's an interesting experience as well, when you've got sand everywhere and you're trying to squat over the hole. But even that is a whole lot better than the slum areas where there's just raw sewage in little plastic bags flowing down little streams between huts.
Once had to go to the toilet in a landmine area in Kosovo, which was somewhat interesting, shall we say.
If you can't even use the toilet, especially for women, if they have menstruation every month, or if you're sick, or if you've got small children, they need to have hygienic conditions, otherwise they die of silly things like amoebic dysentery, which could just be prevented.
If we didn't have a toilet, well, we're very lucky. We have a disused railway line at the back of our house. I think probably we'd construct a pit latrine somewhere around there.
Every day, 2.6 billion people do not have somewhere safe, private or hygienic to go to the toilet. That's a whopping 40% of the world's population.
I suppose that I would be digging holes in my garden or something in full view of the neighbours, which would not be my ideal way of using the lavatory, I'm afraid.
Okay, take a guess. How many times would you say that an average person goes to the toilet in a year?
In a year?
In a year. Mm-hmm.
A day must be 5 a day?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Or maybe it's like vegetables. Have you had your 5 a day?
1,000, let's come up with a random number, 1,400 and something.
Should we go about 2,000? About 2,000 maybe.
I'm going 1,400.
1,400, what are you saying, Jane?
1,600.
2,000, 1,600, 1,400.
Let's say 1,500 times.
Okay.
See, I'm like 700. That's twice a day.
4,000, 8,000? I haven't been counting.
The average is actually 2,500. But everyone
I eat a lot of dodgy curries.
Okay.
Okay.